disappointed to see that when we talk about, impact and growth or social protection, they are byproducts of democracy. I think they're integral to the democratic project. And I think that it's not an accident that we have seen a rise in autocracy in other countries like the US because they've ignored those things. Therefore, they can't be considered democracies in true sense. I think in countries like ours, citizens in defining democracy should move beyond these periodic electoral cycles and rituals we do, and all of the violence and not there all that comes with that, and also look at the everyday, local, direct, participatory accountability mechanisms of democracy. And it means moving beyond lip service. I had Commissioner Kagwan were together yesterday, so he's going to
Good morning, my people.
You're talking about participatory budgeting. But is the budgeting participatory? You see the proof of it is
Good morning, Ranga Brand. Hi.
Reflected in the budget. How then do we explain a situation where health, education, social protection have periodically been underfinanced in this budget? Even in a pandemic when we should be styling up. When we get COVID-19 and you see a supplementary budget that comes and security is top, yet we're in a health emergency right now. And we end up having
Good morning, everybody.
Right? Can we say that there is democracy when there is rising inequality? Forget COVID. Our Gini coefficient has been rising for so long. If you look at 2012, 0.40 to 0.43643 in 2016, right? We don't have to look at the data.
Good morning, there's a Max. Good morning, Yahweh. Thank you very much for joining
when
me.
a mother sends her child to the street who is about, I saw one 5 years old yesterday, to go beg, it's because they have.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Demi Kisa, as always. We are going to talk about, we have these reports coming in Uganda, but it was commissioned by Swedish. But does it matter to us? Is there any significance? What can we do? Tulina report yene yajja ne batubuulira biki ebikwata ku Uganda. Tuli democratic, tetuli democratic. Naye report eyo erina kyetugasa, erina kyetugamba. Nze mbadde ngamba nti report eyo erina kyetugamba. We have had so many chances, Ugandans. We have had the triggers. We have had the foundation, the backup, but we haven't taken it on. Problem gye tulina nti ekintu kijja ne kibeerawo ne tukireka tetuddayo kukigoberera. Eryato ne lijja tetuddayo kuligoberera. Ne basaba ebifa mu election tetuddayo. Tukoma wano to excitement. I think we are quickly satisfied nga abantu with these little things. We are quickly satisfied that, oh, a boat is a Kenya, ekitegeeza Museveni agenda. Then we excited, then we sit down and we forget what to do. We forget that if that boat has come, is it Wood William, we have to do 99%. So, tulina nnyo unfinished businesses. Kati, tulina okumanya significance engeri ebintu bino bitukwatako tutya, bitukosa bitya, tugenda kukola tutya. Kati tulina ebintu ebyo okubimanya. Kati ngenda kwogera olwaleero ku bintu Pam, nkulabye Godfrey, nkulabye Sarah, nkulabye Gasta, nkulabye Kyoto Reloaded, nkulabye Rashida Naji, nkulabye Morning Kagaya Fatuma, mwenna wano mbalaba. Naye tulina report ezijja. Report zino zijja periodically. They don't come like that. Especially this report about democracy. Everybody will agree with me, Uganda is not democratic. We had nothing to celebrate on Democratic Day in Uganda on 17th of what? Of September. First of all, Uganda 9th of October. Together kubeera 59 years after becoming independent. Have we got anything to show? Tulinawo kye tusobola okulaba. emyaka 5 mu 9 gigenda kujja. In the next 2 weeks, have we got something to show? Kati Bannayuganda, when this report comes, we should take it to our own, we should embrace it, and we should use it very well. Kubanga report yene eze for Ugandans, eze report yakolebwa ku nsi zonna, it's not about Ugandan. Kati report zino bwe zijja, tulina okulaba nti tumanya those details. Tulina abantu, tulina shadow cabinet of 31 ministers. Let those 31 ministers, buli muntu akwate department ye. Report eno bwe yajja ekwatagana democracy incidentally, akwatagana n'ekigambo ne economy, akwatagana n'ekigambo employment, akwatagana n'ekigambo human rights. Kati these reports bwe zajja zatulaga nti Uganda democracy has declined, especially in the last 3 years. It had declined. Everything has regressed in Uganda. Judiciary, eyononese, reporting a judiciary. Nenga bebuza nti tulina indicators eziraga violence of human rights. Tulina indicators eziraga violent electoral campaign. Tulina indicators eziraga UPDF being included in civil activities. Naye kati, how can that help us? And how can that affect our economic growth? Tulina report, tulina budget ekolebwa buli mwaka. We are in debt after debt, debt after debt. Then how are we going to share economic growth if Uganda is in debt? It's literally impossible. But we're going to democracy in Uganda to Chaliwala. Nancy eziri democratic nga zetongode. Tekitegeza nti everything is all fine. And it doesn't mean that even those democratic countries, they don't have opposition or multi-party. No, we get it wrong. That is where Museveni get it wrong. And our constitution, Article 69 in Kugamba, it is forbidden Uganda okubeera single political party. And a single political party is not a one-state political party. Etugamba nti we have a choice of multi-party. Kati ebintu bino byonna bikwatagana. Ekintu ekiyitibwa rights, ekiyitibwa democracy, sometimes it is intriguing, sometimes it's annoying. Because if you are going to give somebody's right, it's going to affect you. Somebody can just come and step on you, but you are not allowed to step back. Uganda, that's where Museveni weyesanze. That's where this report came out. Government in the last 3 years, democracy, violence has gone worse and worse and worse, and it's for only one reason: Bobby Wine, strong Bobby Wine phenomena, Bobby Wine mania, Bobby Wine power, Bobby Wine effect. Museveni has never faced any challenge as big as Bobby Wine. Other people, they were being compromised. This young man would never be compromised. Other people were scared to say what was wrong with our country. This young man was not scared. This young man comes from ghetto. This young man was like politically not very well like other people, but he went in the parliament and make a difference. But when we see this report reported violence in election, reported poor economic growth, reported job losses. These are the things that fundamentally that can prosper you to democracy. Democracy is something that is there. We can work on again and again, again and again, again and again. Even if we become democratic, we have to be working every day to maintain and to make it better. Bolaba kati ebintu nga bino ebya Museveni, ebintu nga Uganda bye bakola, bintu tebisaanidde. Tebisaanidde bo balowooza nti democracy omuntu bw'omuwa okubeera ng'ensi eri ku nfuga nnungi ate kireetera nti gwe abantu mu pate tebagenda kulonda. Bajja kulonda. Angela Merkel has just given up her position after being a chancellor for a long time. It doesn't mean that her party or the coalition will fall down. But it is one of these things that we have to know. Report yaja, one of the guest speakers, I think Mr. Kagwana Agamba, he doesn't know what decent job is. Mr. Kagwa, decent job, it was very, very embarrassing. Omusajja n'agamba nti simanyi. Kati gundi eno bwe yajja, report eno bwe yajja, bannayuganda abajja ku pano abasatu baali bazze ku defendinga government. Omu yajja n'ayogera ku poverty, eradication of poverty. Ne bamugamba asirika. Mugisha n'amugamba asirika eyo si gye tugenda. Omulala n'ajja n'atugamba nti parish model gye bataddewo. N'oyo naye ne bamugira. Omwana omuto n'ajja n'ayogera Alana Kembabazi. N'ayogera ddala ebigambo ebituufu ebigambo ebituufu ebikwatagana ku report. They couldn't respond to the report because they know exactly they haven't done what that report requires. They know. Bwe baleeta parish model bagikopinze ku Saif Gaddafi. They brought that parish model. But that parish model cannot work, cannot bring democracy. Democracy comes in a multi-dispensation. You have to respect people's rights. You have to make economy grow. You have to make sure everybody shares on that economy. You have to make sure that everybody contributes to that economy. You have to know that everybody is equal. It cannot be one way. But we're going to human rights. But we're going to rights of people in Uganda. We can go by this. We can start from our constitution. Before I go there, in Uganda, when you read our constitution, etandika n'ekigambo preamble, what was before, what made us to seek for change. And like us, we have preamble. Tetuliddeyo kubeera so violent. Tetuliddeyo kubeera anti Uganda, we cannot sit side by side. This is why our NUP manifesto egamba, we are going to fight disease, poverty, and ignorance, but not political opinions. So when we look at our preamble in Uganda, Museveni agamba yagenda musiko akole kino, and he has done more and more, even worse. Even worse, you don't need to be that you were born 1950 to know what Museveni is doing. What Museveni is doing is there, never government yatujja, restored our confidence. Kubanga yajjawo abanyanya, najjawo panda gari, najjawo road blocks, abantu n'abalimba nti abaleetedde otro. Right now, people, they go to bed empty, on empty stomach. Kati the preamble, we look at Uganda, what was there nga Obote was in government. Obote, when he was in government, institutions were running and were independent. That is on record. When I mean, why don't you just abandon the platform? Sit, can't you have to listen? Thank you. Invite your fellow what? Okay. Okay. Kakati, when Amin was in power, Uganda used to create jobs for all the graduates. They had the right applications. Amin never interfered with institutions. All Amin was doing was killing those who were like rich, religious, what. So when we talk about the rights of people, when we talk about our rights, Utusokelemu Constitution, Article number 1, ekugamba nti power belongs to the people. Naye ekintu kyenjagala nti rights zenjagala tumanyi. Wherever there is a right, bakusaba, there is a condition. Ndi ku kyoto kino reloaded as one of the member. There is rules and what I have to abide. Before me claiming my entitlement, I have to abide by rules eziri ku kyoto. Kati ne constitution kyagamba amaanyi gali mbantu. Naye nekuwa ekintu ekyokulabirako, ekintu kyosinga oba kyolina okukola naawe okukuuma to protect your constitution. Kati then when we talk about that one, we are entitled to protect our constitution. Rights zetwogerako, they are not prescribed. Rights zetwogerako, they are not what given as rewards. Rights, they are normal abantu bali mugundi ensezi ezikize ezikulaakulanye n'embwa zirina rights ebisolo n'emmese n'emiti naye banneeffe tukyali wala tetunnaba na kufuna ddembe rights zaffe abantu abalala bagira emmese bagamba togitta naye giwa eddagala erigyebasa bw'ogikwata ogisuula ogizeeyo mu nsiko embwa tebakkiriza ensi ezimu okutta embwa n'ekkapa osingako okutta omuntu emiti twalaba maama Wangali ow'e Kenya eyakola breakthrough n'akola ekintu ekiyambye environment kati rights of people comes into abundance, it comes into a package. You cannot separate it. Rights of people, you cannot separate it with good governance, with the democracy, with the job creation, tosobola with the protection of people. That is the problem to Uganda. Erina problem. Dictators, autocracy, abantu ababeera mu power nga ye ana absolute power by himself. That is where they are finding problems. Bw'otunuulira awa constitution nze ekintu ekisinga okuneewunyisa ebintu byonna gyebiri but they are not functioning. Kyekintu wali kye nabagambye omusajja yeekuumidde atya mu power kwe kujja institutions zonna n'azikwata mpola mpola n'acompromising abakulu n'azimaking an independent. Kati when we talk about the rights of people, medical protection, they have to protect us. Police are not to protecting our lives and our property. But does the police do that? No. Tulia human rights here to gamba Uganda police is the worst. Report ye yavayo, nevaye ya East Africa. Nevayo etugamba Uganda is the worst. Do they protect our property? The answer is no. Tulaba ebizimbe ebya Bobi Wine babisuula wansi. Tulaba buli kimu. Tulaba ebya Hamu azimba ku mazzi wetlands Kigo. Tulaba Serena Hotel is into floods. Are they protecting? No, they are not protecting. Human rights, then there is human rights. I'm here to express my opinion. I'm here to express my view. So many people, they are in prison because they have expressed their rights. So many people, they are detained. So many people are missing. So many people are dead because of their human rights. But if I could remind you, one of my heroes, Martin Luther Akugamba, I have a dream. He had a dream. He never lived to see that dream. Obama came to 08 on 5th of November, and the man was announced as the next president of Uganda. Kati bwe tubanga tukola ki nga twogera ku rights z'abantu Uganda organic kanda bekyogamba. The debate should be on the problem, the debate should be on the solution. We already know what's wrong. That is obvious. There is a gross violation. Thank you very much, Uganda. Era nga bw'okyogedde nakirowoozezza before I came for this, but bw'onooba ng'otandise okuwulira ojja kulaba nga solutions tuzoogerako. Nakirowoozezza exactly nga bw'ogambye Uganda. Just exactly. But the thing is that I like to tell people to know what their rights are, then to know what to do. What to do over wasomi headings. We must know abantu kati nga gwe Uganda organic, you are aware of what it is about, but other people, they don't know. And this is a big, big factor, all Uganda organic. If you don't know your rights, you don't claim your rights. Uganda, why do you think you are calling yourself Uganda organic? You are withholding your name because where your rights tozikirizamu until you can come up with your original name. Oh, thank you, Wamala. Thank you, Wamala. Yes, Obama was announced as what? American president. Thank you very much. Correction, apology. So, organic Uganda, you are withholding your name because you don't know your rights. Where you don't believe in your rights, that if you come up into Babakwita, Odongo To, Oba Serukenya, Oba Nyabwire, Oba Ani, It's your right to come out with your name and claim your name. I'm standing here, Organic Uganda, as Demi Kiza, and I'm claiming my rights. There is no way why I'm going to hide my face, why I'm going to hide my identity, because I believe in my rights. And these are the things we need to know. Before you jump to the solution, you must know your rights. Our constitution about our rights, it was protection. And if we are protected, we should be able to come out and say, okay, my name is like this, I do what. Other people, they don't know their rights. Now look at this. Other people, they kill their children. And Museveni gives them 20 millions. Do those people know their rights? Omuntu who know their rights shouldn't take that money. Omuntu who know their rights should say, no, I want my son who was killed. I want justice. That's why you see that people who know their rights, they will go on and on and on until justice prevailed. Byebyo Robert Kyagulanyi byakugamba, buli akoze ekikyamu ajja kukisasulira. Tulaba omukyala gwe bayita eyafiirwa mutabani we Stephen Lawrence yafa mu 1993-94. Until today, omukyala akyaclaiminga is pursuing UK government okulaba nti tekiddamu, okulaba nti abantu abatta omwana we bazuuka, okulaba bamuguddemu ebizimba omwana we University y'e Greenwich bagitaddeko Stephen Lawrence. Omukyala yagamba she will never rest. I remember that day. She will never rest until those who killed her son will ever be brought to justice. It's a matter of knowing your rights. Then you can have your morals and values. No government, no, I know my rights. My son should have lived. And then, no, morally, I will not take that money. Value, no government, no, I cannot take that money. Nga my son is dead. Kati ya Uganda twesanga nti abantu, they don't know their rights. And because they don't know their rights, they are easily swayed. Organic Uganda, if people, they know that when you go to hospital, you are meant to say doctor, you are meant to have aspirin, you are meant to have medication, then they should claim that. They should be able to report this. Never government, no, I went to the hospital, there was no doctor to see me. I went to the hospital, doctor saw me, but there was no medication. Kubanga our constitution, between Article 20, ekugamba, rights to education, rights to health, right to family, right to activism, rights to civil activities, right of a prisoner. We cannot be like that, my dear. We have to know. If you know, enjawulo twawula n'abantu abalala n'ensi ezikulaakulanye osanga omuntu nga mwavu nga naye ekintu kye bayita right ye kintu ky'amaanyi nnyo tokirinyirira. Bino ngenda ne mpulira Nina ng'ayogera nti akola mu ddwaliro n'asanga omuntu nga mukyafu nga naye omuntu amudimandinga rights ze. Kati rights zino teziriiko classes nti somebody is in class 1, somebody is in class 5, somebody is rich, somebody is poor, somebody is in government, somebody is not government, somebody is a politician, somebody is not politician, somebody belongs to first family, somebody doesn't. Right is for everybody, my dear. Until we know that, that is how you can claim. You can claim change of government. You can claim no government, no. Even there is the right of change of government. Did you know that, Organic Uganda? There is the right to claim a change of government. Since 1962, tetufunanga any change. Since 1986, tetufunanga change of government. We need a transfer of power. Twetaaga okulaba change of government. We should not be stuck by this. Until people we know, this is why the problem we have in Uganda. When you come and talk about your rights, people, they feel offended, people, they feel itchy. Nayenga ekikulu kiri nti rights were given to in our constitution. It is our constitutional right. It is not right for a praise, tekiri nti ziri measured, teziri nti ziri prescribed, tekiri nti Museveni yatuwa eddembe, tekiri nti UPDF yetuwa eddembe. It is our constitutional right. No one is above our constitution, and everybody should abide by our constitution. Kati our what? Our rights. Twesanga mu gundi. Nzawuddemu emirundi ng'etaano mu constitution. Tuna right of protection nje bagambe to be protected. They like it or not. That is their duty. You become a politician, that is your duty. You become a police, security, you are meant to protect me and my property. As simple as that, full stop. Number 2 is about human rights. You have to allow me to express my view. You have to allow me. You have even to teach me. Developed countries, democratic countries, they teach people of their rights. There is no way you can prosper ng'omuntu tamanyi rights. People, they must know their rights. Number 3, entitlement. What are we entitled? What our rights are we entitled? We're entitled for education. We're entitled for freedoms. We're entitled for health. We're entitled for family. We're entitled. Tulaba ebintu nga bino singa tubimanya tujja kubanga tumanya tulina baganda baffe babasibye, tulina baganda baffe babasse, tulina baganda baffe bali mu kkomera, naye baganda baffe bano bali suppose okubeera mu kkomera. Bosoma rights mu constitution etugamba bwe babasiba balina okubawa bail after 48 hours. If not, they should be maybe decide whether they should go in prison, in detention. Now what we see, tulaba Otafire, tulaba Rukutana yali mu kkomera for 2 days, over for 10 days. Naye tetwamanya yavaayo atya, yavaayo ku Sentemeka. All we can see, Segirinya Sewanyana, they were given bail. 20 millions were paid. Sewanyana was rearrested. Well, for Segirinya is understandable. One of the surety is not there. When we see abantu nga betulaba Olivia Lutaya omukyala with the 2 children was called in forcefully, was called in by police. Somebody used a phone, come and make a statement. As soon as she got there, she was abducted. Until today, this poor woman is in prison. Her children are suffering. Tulaba abantu rights z'abantu really infringed. Tulaba omuntu nga Fred Lumbuye because he was outspoken, because he was speaking the truth. Ebintu byayogera ebya ssente mujjeyo ssente mu bank bibino bituukiridde. Rights of people tulina okumanya, tulina okuzirwanirira, tulina okulwanirira muganda waffe ono Olivia Lutaya omukyala on gender platform, on inequality, gender inequality. She's in prison. Her 2 children are suffering. The rights of people. Number 4, one of another rights of people is civil wano e Uganda kitutawaanya nnyo. Civil netawaanya nnyo, ne Museveni emutawaanya, n'abazungu ebatawaanya, naye abazungu bagenze babitereeza. Civil rights zikwatagana kwabo abaagalana nga bafaanagana, omukyala n'omukyala, omusajja n'omusajja. They must be respected. Ate ziri mu gundi mu constitution yaffe, they must be respected. Oba omuntu oyagala oba toyagala. Kati tulina ezo civil, omuntu n'asalawo abantu abali liberal bajja kwambala byebyo bye mulaba. These days abantu they wear shoes nga bambala engatto nga ziri size eno ne size. Bambala engoye ng'ebigambo biri inside out upward. Ebyo nno bizibu nnyo. Bw'ogenda e Netherlands, it's a liberal country. In Netherlands babakkiriza okuba ekibaaba okukola kutya. Naye balina ate we bakoma. Enjawulo eriwo nti rights z'abantu zibeera with the condition. You do this, we give you this. You do this, you do this. Naye ng'ate ne rights esinga ekugamba you have right to vote. Right to vote. Article 59(1). You have right to vote. Is a citizen. Mu Australia, Stella Nakata Jatugam, is a must. You must vote, you like it or not. Naye Uganda ogana ne wesanga nti 16 millions are registered to vote and 50% they have voted. That is very low. It means people tebanamanya their rights. Because if you know your rights, you would register to go and vote and change something in your community. Now what is happening now? Abantu balowooza nti ekyo kiwedde ne bwe naalonda ate bankubye wano nze nakulonda ono. Twabiraba embalala in election. This campaign 2021 was an eye-opener where people, they wanted to vote and they were being told point blank, you cannot vote for the president. That one is done. You can vote here, and they were showing them where to put a mark. Shameful on the Electoral Commission. Rights of people bwe zibeera infringed tulina ekizibu. Nti rights zino ez'abantu bwe zibeera infringed, abantu they don't tubeera ne gundi ne communities, tubeera with the conflict, tubeera with the unsettled population, ebintu bino rights nga ziri infringed. You cannot find jobs. That's why we are suffering brain drain. That's why Uganda, we exporting people. I was listening to the report this morning that since the lockdown, many people, many teachers, they have gone abroad to do what? To work, because they cannot be paid. But if our rights are respected, these people, they are meant to be paid even during lockdown. If our rights, they are respected, there will be job creation. If our rights is respected, there will be rule of law. If our rights are respected, there will be change of government. If our rights are respected, election campaign should be a civil activities, not a military activity. If our rights are respected, we will have a smooth change of government. If our rights are respected, tujja kubeera nga tulina ba president betwagala abatuufu. Problem, they think that if you give people rights, they will disappear, they will disobey, you lose power. No, it is not like that. America, they go to election every 4 years. There is still party, liberal, democratic, Republican, and others. UK has got about 10 parties, political parties, lots of them. Bona, Netherlands, everywhere. This is what we must know, that our rights, if they are respected, if the leaders, problem based on it is a catch-22, that because they are undemocratic, based on they don't apply, they step in their way to cling on power. And then when they want to leave, they cannot leave because of poor performance, because they know they are going to be accountable for their what? For their actions. So what is the way forward? Way forward, people, they have got to demand for their rights, and people, they have got to stand for their rights. If you talk about rights, that's what makes me activist. Because I've always believed in people being right. Anyway, a small government, small what, I believe rights first. And I believe that everybody should have their rights. So we should be, number one, it should be empowerment. We should be able to give out information to the people, to get information, to know their rights. As soon as somebody knows their right, then they will know, they will claim for that. And we have to make sure that education is a foundation that we build our country on. Chovola nti our legislative agenda gamba in every project in Uganda, leader Gundi of opposition is about education should have a budget into that. We need to go back and teach our people. If we teach our people, it makes life so difficult, easier. So our rights, we have to raise up. Whenever there is rights being infringed, we have to raise up. We have to raise up. We have to raise awareness among ourselves, among our world. We cannot expect international to fight for us. What international, they are doing a report like this, they brought the report, they put it on the table. Uganda government hasn't defended that report, hasn't come out and said no, because of the measures they used the measures they use. All these people that guess who came on that panel, they came here to protest or to defend. No, you cannot defend when it comes to something for democracy, when it comes to something for human rights, unless you do it. And say, I know human rights, I know democracy is a pain, I know it, but I believe everybody is entitled. Every country should be democratic, and everybody's rights should be respected. We need, when this report comes, we need to ask everybody in their respective positions. We need to give them, like, we need to say, okay, Namboze, Shamim Malende, Bagambye access to judiciary has declined. There is no access. There is no what. You cannot go to the court and get justice. Shamim Malembe, can you do something about it? Bagamba violation by UPDF. Namboze is sitting on that defense. We have to get them engaged so that they can go back in the parliament. Then we have to look at these parliament. We have to look at our legislative agenda. I was reading through Uganda, and the last year of both Jacobo and Naigaba Wilfred, they agreed that term limits were going to be reinstated, but no action. So we have to demand for implementation. Also, we need to have all these groups, pressure groups, like we have a Choto now. We must have so many pressure groups, original. Yeah, there's not in any format of TV. That is as far as we can do, because on the ground we are not allowed. We must have, like, you have these chapters, the diaspora chapters. These are pressure groups. We must have those groups, but they must have one aim. To look at one aim. What is our what? What is our aim? And we have to look into that, and we have to protest peacefully as our constitution stipulates. We have to raise our voices. We have to claim our rights right now, like now. Now Uganda government has just woken up, and they has just woken up to you block on the Uganda Organic onyekidde nnyo. Naye it's okay. No one is blocking NRM. No. I've always welcomed the NRM, and I don't have the tool to block anyone anyway for me. But I've always welcomed the NRM because they are all Ugandans. Those are the rights Uganda Organic. Those are the rights. Before we claim rights, we must give rights to other people. And I would encourage people like UG Organic that you should be able to put your name there. You should be able to put your face there, because Uganda is for all. Why are you scared? The reason you are scared, when you were a coward, you tend to act in a bad way. That is why people, when they are coward, they send people to prison. They cannot debate with the people. They cannot allow Bobby Wine to come into what? To come to debate on TV and on radio. So we have to leave that sort of mindset. Organic is like, your mindset is like, democracy, no, we can stay as we are. No, we cannot stay as we are, because it's our right to demand our rights. So when we are like that, what can we make sense of this? These people from Sweden, they are paid a lot of money to collect this information on this report. But when they have invested that much, don't expect them to be boots on the ground. They have brought it to you and put the food on the table that democracy has declined. There is no economic growth. Violence in the campaign. They have put it on the plate for us. It is up us to take it and consume it. It is we to use that information as our evidence, because it is evidence-based. The government of Uganda has not said no. that no, that is not true. So what we see, that report, we should use it to make our what? Our arguments. If we don't expect these people to come on the ground because of sovereignty country, they cannot come on the ground, we like it or not. We have seen women's rights. Women, they have fought their rights to be equal, to be paid equal, to do the job somewhere in some other countries. It can help in Uganda. We have seen animal rights. People, they are fighting for animal rights. We have seen segregation. People fighting, Martin Luther, fighting segregation. Abantu abaddugavu, they had to do it themselves. Chobola abantu bayimbanga nyenyimba, if we are going to Baptist church, you always hear that we shall overcome. Ze nyimba ze bayimba, era nyimba zonna eziri mu Baptist gundi church, ze nyimba ez'aba civil rights. Tebereza, and it's going into what? And another right I forgot to tell you is about belief. What you believe in is what you believe in. Buddha, Muslim, Catholic, wherever. We see one of those rights. Now we have to make sense of this report, that they come to us, they have fought their way to get that report out, they have spent so much money. We have to take on Uganda head-on collision. The government that it says you are under 2, you should be scoring 2. You are scoring 0.01. No, that is very low. We can challenge them using this report. We can't let this report go by. These people, they have brought a big cake for us, and we are not trying to eat. All they want to see us is to eat. And how are we going to eat? By using that information. Let us draw ourselves. Let us look at that report. Let us discuss. Let us do anything, brainstorm. Let us take it back to the parliament. Let us also demand whatever has not gone right. Because basically, this report hinges on what? Democracy. But that democracy, it is going to be, is connected to people's rights, rule of law. That democracy is this democracy report is related to violence during election, is related to job creation, is related to share of economic growth in Uganda. Good news then, Nanti, this report, yajja ne reporting even to 5 points of NUP. People-centered government. This is what we are looking for. If you are looking for democracy, it should be people the center. No one else. No one else. Everybody is equal. Everybody is centered for. Have they got education? Have they got health? Have they access to job? Have they got like housing? Have they got transportation? Can they travel? And our key points of NUP, I keep on saying that people-centered government, number 1, access to social services, those 5, education, health, job creation, housing, transportation. And then he talked about economic growth. We share. It talks about domestic and international relationship. So we cannot go like that. If this report was really related to our key 5, this is how we differ with the NRA. NRA manifesto, yakola pages 300 something, I have it. And NUP 47 pages. As I said to you a few days before, NRM is about quality, for we are about, is about quantity, for we are about quality. We can be small numbers. This is why our legislative agenda, egamba, we have to trim the size of the parliament to meet people's expectation, people's needs. Our what? We must reach out to the people, their need. Twagala parliament ekendere. Twagala ebintu ebyo bikwatagane. Bomba nga mulaba ebintu ng'ebyo. Parliament nene etugasa ki? Tena kyetugasa. Let us create job for other people. That is another right. And when you create job, There are going to be economic growth. So we need to make sense of this. We need to make sense of this. My dear, you guys, what? You have done your best and you have done very well. And I would welcome you to come back. Mindset to change Museveni cannot change. You like it or not. Because Museveni is not immortal. Museveni has ruled Uganda for 35 years. Twagala change of government. Uganda is a foreign state. If he's been in power for 35 years and Uganda is going down, that means he has failed. Ekintu kirema kuva ku mutwe. When the leader fails, you have to get a sack. Why do you watch the football and you say manager of Man United, they are not winning game, he should be sacked, and then you get somebody else wins? That is the way it is. Politics is not like permanent. It's not like a super glue. I know you got what you want. You want Museveni to stay as a president, but you have to give a chance to other people. You have to give a chance to those unknown. Just like you never knew Museveni. Museveni went in bush when he didn't win election. He went in bush with the 27 guns. Now he come in power and he makes himself superpower. He become dictator. He doesn't want to leave. And now you see he's the person. However, if he wants to stay, what about our poor public services? They are not there. And why should he be in power for all this time? Let us look at the countries developed. They normally say, why did he remove the term limits if he's as good as he is? If he is in the interest of Uganda, why did he remove the term limits? Why did he remove the age limit? Why does he torture opponents? Why is he not accessible? If he wants to be a president, he should be accessible. Robert Kyagulanyi is accessible. We want a president who is accessible, down to earth. We saw Idi Amin Dada, even if he's called Kijambia. This man was down to earth. This man was accessible. But let Museveni walk on the street. Let him go and see the poor hospitals. Without what? Like which Magufuli did. Let him go and see the poor schools. Why is he giving excuse? That is not a problem. You have done your best to stand from 70. I know maybe you are going to get some money paid, wherever, but I'm sorry for you. Evidence doesn't stack up for your man, because on evidence we can compare where Amin left Uganda and where Museveni is. Amin was in power for 8 years, from 1971 to 1979. The hospital Mulago he left is still there. We don't have any other referral hospital. We should have, like, every district should have, like NUP is saying. And then Entebbe Airport is even as poor as it is. What is your point? My point is simple. NUP or another group genuinely invested in regime change should not justify, fundraise, give lectures. Well, you have a point, but the thing is that this is what I'm talking about. Human rights, the rights of people. Multi-perspective is one of the key elements of good governance. If it is one of the key, our constitution in Uganda 69, Uganda is under multi-political party. So they should allow Bobi Wine to exercise. They should allow Mau to exercise. Netulaba abantu batumukunde bavayo to stand for president. They ended up in prison. Bobby is always stopped. Bobby was under what? Was under house arrest. Uganda. Let me give you one lesson. I think from today you are going to learn this. Now take an example. Kenya was undemocratic like Uganda. You hear that? 208 Betema. 208 Panga Ozijukira. Until we bagamba Obama n'abatuuza n'abantu abalala ne babatuuza, and they listened. Tebagamba nti ebyo by'abazungu. Problem organic problem gye mulina nti mwe mulowooza nti democracy w'abazungu. Si w'abazungu. Democracy is not about any color or anyone. It's for all. Anybody living, any human being is entitled to be under democratic company. Back to you, organic. Mu 208 Kenya betema ne betema paka we batuula ne bagamba Raila Odinga ne Uhuru ne bagamba enough is enough. They listened to other people from outside ne babagamba bane, you cannot get to this. Then they decided to be democratic. Kenya, as we speak for now, ne bayita omusajja ow'ewaffe Justice Kanyehamba George n'abaterereza their what judicial system ne bakkiriza okugigoberera. Until now, they are now what? They are growing. Neffe tetunnaba na kwavula batandise okukola ebintu ebiri democratic. Wabeerayo okulonda bagamba tewali kuba opponent, tewali kuba opposition, and that is what it is. Last election yali nullified ne bagiddamu ne babagamba linda another one Uganda is coming very soon. Babagamba tewali kujjako internet, tewali kujjako masanyalaze, and there is no reason you should put up opposition under house arrest. What happened in Uganda 2021? Robert Kyagulanyi was under house arrest. And even in this pre-war petition, they had accepted in Tigundi. Attorney General made a mistake and was going to be probed the wrong time because they put Kyagulanyi under house arrest. That is not acceptable. So your mindset should change. Your mindset from today, Uganda Organic, and every Ugandan listening to me, you should change. We have to start somewhere. We have to start growing, and we start standing up. We start walking, and then we start acting, walking the talk. But we cannot leave it as it is. Nti EC chairman yaja na announcing omuntu n'agamba yafunye 103%. Wali ogiwuliddeko Uganda Organic? Is that what we want? That is not what we want. Twagala omuntu alonda omuntu nga yoyo. Twagala omuntu to be announced as the winner nga yoyo. Twagala DRC forms zibeerewo. Twagala voting what is the materials to arrive in time. Twagala abantu to be allowed to campaign. Twagala gundi UPDF ebeere mu barracks. Twagala ba DC ba RPC bani ba Gito bani babeere nga tebaziiza ne twalaba ku campaign nga Robert Kyagulanyi bamugana main road right y'omuntu ng'okimanyi nti one of the rights kwe kukkiriza omuntu okuyita ku luguudo era one of the rights bakugamba atambula alina okuweewa rights ng'avuga emmotoka tolina rights k'oli omuntu atambula kubanga osasulira omusolo. Those are the things you are entitled with. So until we change our mindset, my dear, we are going to be there. Naye we are not going to be there, Uganda Organic. Mwe abantu bwe batyo bwe mulemedde mu ndowooza bwetyo ne mu nsi ezikulaakulanye abantu bwe batyo gye bali. But now the people, they desire change. People, they desire change. So when we have this report, we are going to use it for our benefit. We are going to embrace it because it's a fact, and nobody now, Uganda Organic, you haven't even protested against that report. It's a true reflection what is happening in Uganda. What Museveni wants now is people, they don't bang on that report. That maybe opposition, they don't pick it up. But now he doesn't have the courtesy of saying to UN congregation that every country should respect human rights. It's not respected in Uganda. The reports are there. So how can he, where does he get the audacity to say human rights should be respected? Maybe age-wise, because sometimes above 60, you can suffer from dementia, or he lives somewhere else, or Uganda is governed into what. So we are going to probe this. We are going to take on this. We have to claim our rights. It's our rights. We should not beg. It's not like we should even thank. Rights of people should be there, whether you like it or not. For all the poor people, rights of people, we should make them roads. We should not say that's the village. Rights of people in diaspora, they should be allowed to vote. They should be allowed in exchange of their taxes. Rights of people are right. People, they are what? Thanks, Pam. People, they should keep their money in the bank as long as they want. Not, you cannot give them a certain time. Don't keep your money. Don't keep your money. Don't keep your money for 5 years. You keep it for 5 years, we take it. Kati tulaba ebintu bino rights abantu bazze bazirwaniridde. Bwe tubanga tulaba tulina okuzirwanirira. Apartheid aba South Africa indigenous be balwanyisa apartheid. Mukiwulidde? Apartheid, the indigenous South Africans, they had to fight for their rights. And we have to do it. When we talk about rights, protection, around minority groups, they are protected. Tukijjukire. Kati abavandimwe, they are protected. Tetwagala kuddayo kuwulira nti tebali. No, bwe tujja mu Uganda empya, under that, protection of minorities bali protected. Tewaliyo kuddayo kututawaanya nti bajja kweyawula bakola. No, ffe tujja kukuuma amateeka. Kati rights of people tuzitunuulire. To embracing the report zino ezijja zigenda nezijja. Now they are very frequent kubanga IMF yasaba Uganda government, when you go back for the second, you have to give us accountability for governance. So what they do, they bring in this report, they read. But what we have to do is to chase them back. What we have to do is to give this information feedback that whatever, this is what is in this report, but nothing has been acted on that. It's our right to ask all this to be implemented. It's our right to ask all the public services. It's our right to vote the right people. It's our right to outvote bad leaders. Like Museveni, we have to vote, we have to vote them. The examples are giving South Africa to get where they are, where the same brutal force employed. You got Olabika, Girawo, no problem. Nze abantu mwe batyo mbagala nnyo. Mbagala nnyo. Kubanga this is olaba wabadde onziiza ng'oga nti sisomesa ku rights because they are already known. Kati for you osimanyi. Kati gw'oli wano. To stand me, to divert me. Neze, you can't divert me. You got over so kunda. Bampita Miss Independent. You cannot divert me. You can in solo kogako now with 2 minutes. Na yera ansira yeri kumulama. Nze bampita mbwate sura chibumba. I don't gumba lyange siri sura yuga baba. Oli kumuntu mukyamu. Na yate nkwagadde nnyo. Kati olaba gwe toyagala njogere ku rights. Waliwo abantu abatamanyi nti balina rights. Waliwo abantu abatakimanyi nti government yerina to create jobs for them. Waliwo abantu tebakimanyi nti they have right to family. Waliwo abantu abatakimanyi nti they have right to believe. They have right to vote whatever they want. Gwe tuwabeera beerwana nga bagamba omuntu nti vote wano president yagize. Naye gaana. Twalaba wano Gonzaga Sewungu ng'akugamba Speaker wa government wa parliament alilidda wa, where was he? We need to know. Those are the rights, you like it or not. Those muddamu ne baddamu kubanga baba babatumi obaddamu n'obagamba soto bwento obaddamu n'obagamba kakati abantu. We shall claim our rights because they are our rights. We shall demand our rights because we are entitled for them. We shall not beg. Kati ekitegeeza nti n'ezino ze tukola demonstration, Uganda Breeding, Action Day, abantu bazirabanga enkyamu. They are not sibikyamu. These are stipulated in our constitutions. These are our rights and we have to carry on demanding our rights. Kati people, we have to go back in the villages ne tubagamba their rights. So not because bajja baleetera omuceere every 5 years. No. Baba w'omuceere, baba w'essabbuuni, baba w'obubiriiti balyoke bavotinga omuntu oyo. Tubagamba bw'aba abikuwa birye. Naye your right is to vote somebody. Bw'ogenda wali mu kaboksi, you were entitled to vote for somebody you want. Are we entitled for change of government? We are entitled to let these people know. To let these people know. Nti abantu. They must do whatever they want. It's not that they can be coerced, they can be forced. So when these reports come, they are there to help us bazitadde ku mmeeza, mulabe gavumenti yammwe bweri, mulabe ebintu bwe kiri, mulabe ebintu byonna nga bwe biri, asiimwe nkulabye. Yes, bazitadde ku mmeeza. Are we going to take advantage of that? That is the sticking point. Gundi zino bwe zijja tetuzita. Tubeere nga tuzibeerako, tubeere nga tuzigoberera. Let us make sense of that. Let us take it to another level. Let us demand. Let us put the government onto the spot and let people know. Report here, make sense of that. Speak about it. Analyze it. Even make questions for them. Then we have to keep them up. Mulaba arrows zigenda wansi zidda waggulu, zigenda wansi zidda waggulu. Tuba tulina okubuuza, tugambe ababaka baffe aba parliament. Nabo bagende mu parliament babuuze. Kati n'olwekyo ebintu ng'ebyo tulina okubigoberera. Kubanga ripooti zino zizze lwaffe naye temulowooza nti bagenda tulwanirira. Okwo kwe kulwanirira okusinga. Bino bye bagamba bataddewo sanction. Those sanctions are not good enough. But where is bwe bagamba nti bataddewo sanctions ku travel ban, let them give us a list. Lwaki tebagituwa? But where list y'abantu be babanize. Era baba babanize to travel ng'ate their assets are still there, when their accounts are still there. Kwega abaana baabwe bakyatambula, abantu baabwe bakyatambula. No. We have to be extensive. Let us not be like dormant. Tubeere tulowooze ku kantu unfinished business. We have to go by that unfinished business. Let us think of that. We have to think about unfinished business. Kakati ebintu Uganda njagenda yeewuwe erinnya ndirabi njagenda ye eriwuwe musomeko ndowooza awo baana nsanga blokings obaana nja kulaba Uganda Organic. I'll get in touch with you. Nze abantu bwe batesibatya kubanga Uganda is for everybody. Tugenda kubeera mu Uganda whereby we are going to sit side by side. NRM, DP, UPC, NUP, nayenga everybody's rights is respected. Tetugenda kubeera nti if you are not respected, togenda onogenda mu kkomera. Fellow Ugandans, tulina abasibe bangi, their rights are infringed, they entitled for bail, they entitled for good life, they entitled for health into prison, they entitled for legal assistance, naye tebiriyo. Freddie Lumbuye, legal team, ekyakwata ekintu ki. We are hopeful that very soon things will be okay. Freddie Lumbuye tukusabira, tukwagala nnyo. Walwana olutalo ne byolwana byonna byonna tubiraba. And we know you are going to come back. Omashete tugwalaba. Segirinya Sewanyana mwenna tubasabira. Olivia Rutaya kyannaku nnyo omukyala. Kubeera ng'oli mu busibe n'omwana bo n'abaana bo. Bane tweweeyo buli muntu afuneyo akantu kawa ku baana b'Olivia yaleka abaana babiri. Abaana baaba abasibe bonna sijja kulondako. Muganda waffe Umeri yagenda n'asaba bail for 74 people. Bail baagi mu mambo abalala ate nabo bajja kusaba. Tulina so many people in prison for wearing this beret. Kale rights z'omuntu onoozogerako otya. If you cannot allow me to wear this beret, what have I done? What have I done? Ate ekintu tekitegeeza nti rights nti tujja zidemandinganga in a time of campaign. No, you have to demand your right all the time because there is always a need in your life every day. We cannot step aside. Ne bwebeera NUP ngeze ni power, we shall continue to demand our rights. Tetulina kubeera nti tuli awo tutudde. Rights tezirinda. Bw'obanga olina ekizibu tekirinda. Bw'obanga enjala ekuluma olya emmere. N'olwekyo rights zigenda kujja. Bannaddiini mwetereze. Kubanga rights zaffe ziri infringed kubanga sometimes you get compromised. So salute people power, our power. NUP everywhere. Everywhere NUP. Salute. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching me, everybody. I love you and I'll see you again. Today is Sunday, 27th September 2021. Salute. Have a nice day.